It's that time again. It's that time again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look at tea out though. Girl, maybe that different. You already know who it is, main man, diabolical one. You dig? Mike P. One Mike podcast, baby. Ready to get it in one time, midday. Midday vibes. You know what I'm saying? That good football talk, that good sports talk. Get off, you dig? Right, just giving pros and cons. You know what I'm saying? The ups and downs of the season. Week one. You dig? Fall in the room, family, fall in the room. Fall in the room, fall in the room. You heard? Like I said, it's your main man, Mike to the P. The One Mike podcast, baby. You already know what's going on. We in here. Yeah, you had. Like, subscribe, retweet, repost, comment. If you don't agree, you do agree. I'm checking for the comments. You dig? I can respond. Whatever you want to do. You dig? We in here. So, week one is in the books. We're gonna go back and forth. AFC, NFC. I gave a small breakdown on the Cups in the Game podcast for the Ravens and Chiefs. We're not gonna bother with that. That was at the beginning of the year. Week one was just Sunday, so I already gave my preview for AFC East, Bills and the Dolphins. So go check that out. It's on the page. You heard. We're gonna focus on week one, Eagles, Green Bay. Green Bay end up losing that game to the Eagles. Eagles won 34-29. And what really, stuck out to me in that game was the secondary for the Eagles. Like, they got a lot of faith in Slay and Maddox. Bradbury wasn't playing because he's hurt. I wish he was playing. They signed back C.J. Gardner-Johnson. They act like he was the savior. They got Reed Blankenship, Cooper DeJean at 8. But the defense just looked leaky, brother. I like the fact that Dean and numbers playing. I don't think that I don't think Carter's a really good player. I think he's an overhyped player coming out of Georgia. I feel like he was, somewhat overhyped due to the fact that he doesn't have a high motor. Jordan Davis, what I'm talking about. Who I'm talking about. I look at their defense. I mean, Zach Braun played really, really well. N'Kobe Dean played well. Josh Sweat played pretty well. Ringo played pretty well. Other than that, man, that defense is leaky, bro. They don't scare me at all. They're NFC East foes, so they won, but I'm not afraid of them at all on any level. Nor do I think they can beat us at all. You heard? So it was an exciting game. I feel like the Packers, they really missed A.J. Dillon. His name wasn't really brought up too much. Jacobs did his thing. Reed did his thing. Saquon Barkley acted a complete fool, as we knew he probably was going to do. The Giants are idiots. They paid Daniel Jones instead of paying Saquon Barkley, and they're at the bottom of the NFCs, looking like the fools that they are. So it is what it is, man. Shout out to Saquon. We're gonna shut him down when we see him, but he did a hell of a job in that game. Jordan Love did go down in that game, as we known as a leg injury, so he's probably gonna be out half the season. Jalen Hurts played decent, again, I keep saying the same things over and over again. Like, why in the world do we have to keep on talking about Jalen Hurts in the same breath as Dak Prescott when all Dak Prescott does is kick the Eagles' ass? I don't get it. What up, 2-5? Sports reporters order you did? Said the second drive wonder how much. Yeah, exactly. How much was on that field? I don't know. The field was terrible. So we gonna see them in week 2. That's what I want to know. How was it the field? Was it the secondary? Was it technique? Was it the fact that the Packers do have a plethora of running out of wide receivers too? Like, they got a plethora. So I'm not gonna ever issue on their wide receiver core. But we're gonna see Malik Willis and see what he does moving forward. 2-5 gave a great great analysis on the fact they may have to go get a backup quarterback in the coming weeks, possibly, possibly Ryan Tannehill. But hey, it is what it is. He's an NFL quarterback. I mean, I think Malik Willis might give an opportunity to do something special. So we'll see. But that was the Eagles and the Packers. The next game we're going to go to was Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Pittsburgh ended up winning the game 18-10. Justin Fields, 17 for 23, 150, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Really was a field goal game. I was happy that Najee Harris got the football. I don't understand this Jalen Warren, all this hype. He's a good player, but he's a third down back. So let's put him in his proper role. Let's not have him taking the bulk of the carries. It makes no sense to me. Like, why would you do that for? You're gonna wear him down during, the season. So they got, to me personally, I was so happy they tried to get the ball to George Pickens. And, he had 6 catches for 85 yards, no tugs, but 7 targets. Pat Firemouth, 4 targets. 4 catches, 4 targets. Like, that's the bulk of their offense. J.J. Watt was out there acting a complete animal. 4 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, J.J. Watt, man, he is the best in the game. Minka Fitzpatrick came back off the injury, 7 tackles. I think J.J. Watt is the most complete defensive player probably in the NFL. He didn't win it last year, due to the fact that they kind of gave it to him prior to, and I think Myles Garrett deserved it. It's weird how they get the awards after the fact. It's strange. But you have Kirk Cousins, 16 for 26, 155. That's pedestrian for Kirk Cousins. One touchdown, 2 interceptions. It's like, come on, Kirk. I never believed in Kirk Cousins. I still don't believe in Kirk Cousins. The one player we're going to talk about, though, is Kyle Pitts. It's Kyle Pitts. We keep on waiting for Kyle Pitts to turn it around. We keep on waiting for Kyle Pitts to materialize himself as, I guess, one of those guys. I just don't see it from Kyle Pitts, man. I don't see it. I don't know where the hype train is. I mean, he was that guy in college. We've seen these guys come into the league, and they just don't materialize. He had 3 catches for 26 yards and a touchdown. That's not good. That's not productive football from a tight end perspective when you don't even have any receivers like that. Again, I said Drake London, I feel like was average. He had 2 catches for 15 yards. Mooney, these guys are not good players, bro. Like, Darnell Mooney had a couple of good games on the back end of a season when the team was bad for the Browns. And they're still treating this guy like he's a bona fide number 2 or number 3. He's not. The numbers don't support it. When you watch him play, he doesn't make consistent catches. Kurt was looking for him more than anybody during that game. I was watching the red zone spin around. I'm looking like, bro, why do you keep throwing the ball to Darnell Mooney for? Darnell Mooney is a practice squad player who's been living off a small little imprint or name he's gotten due to the fact that he basically came on late in the year when they were losing. That's all Darnell Mooney has done up until this point as an NFL pro. So, I don't get how you can give this guy this amount of love. It just don't make no sense to me. But again, the Steelers won, kicking field goals. Dog, you can't win games like this. Not in the AFC, fam. Chris Boswell was 6 for 6, my guy. Like, come on, man. 6 for 6. That's all you did productivity-wise. You're not going to win any NFL games like that. Not many. You might win a couple, but not many. But we talk about this game? I already kind of did. I don't want to talk about this game again. We're going to talk about the Bears and the Titans. Bring it on forth. Bring it on forth. Bring it on forth. Bears and the Titans. Will Levis, he was 19 for 32, 126 yards. Pedestrian. They've been pumping the Will Levis train up all season. Will Levis is he gonna get in there and do the job? And we got Will Levis. It's like, oh, he has moxie. He has the, whatever they want to say to say that this guy can play. When we look at his numbers, I watch numbers and I watch the field play. I watch the consistency. I watch when the quarterback goes. This is why I love Dak so much. I watch when a quarterback goes to the line and says, okay, I know the play. I know my check down. I know what I can't do on this play. I know where I got to get my O-line in position to do. When I watch Will Levis, all he does is this. Break. Come to the line, height. He's not looking to survey. He doesn't know enough football. So to me, to put any type of pressure on him like that, to even insinuate that he's a good player, is asinine. Tony Pollard, 16 carries, 82 yards, did what I thought he would do, score a touchdown. Tony Pollard's that guy. You know what I'm saying? Calvin Ridley, 3 catches, 50 yards, 7 targets. The targets what I look at, especially if you're playing fantasy football like I am. You know what I'm saying? Shaw Derez, you know what I'm saying? We got our group. The hot box fantasy football, Joe, we basically trying to get our stuff cranked up this week, you know what I'm saying, with the pick'ems and all that good stuff. So to me, I'm looking at targets. That's what I think guys should focus on is who's getting the targets on the team. They had Taj Boyd, their new acquisition. He only had 3 catches for 18 yards. He had 5 targets though. So that's showing they're telling in the right direction. Do I think Will Levis can play? Who knows? Remains to be seen. Don't think Jamal Adams played in this game. Let me see. Is he on the Snead had 4 tackles? Okay, yeah. I don't remember seeing him in this game. It was good to see Quandre Diggs play, But go to the Bears side of it. We had the rookie, the sensation, the people that they want to call him Patrick Mahomes #2. They want to give him all his accolades, and he hasn't earned anything either. Caleb Williams, 14 for 29. This man threw 3.2 yards a pass for 93 yards. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Atrocious, dog. I told y'all before, he's nothing but Johnny Manziel, bro. So I'm going to keep saying it until y'all see it every Sunday. He's nothing but Johnny Manziel. I remember watching a preseason game when Johnny Manziel was playing. This is why I can tell if you're going to make it in the league or not. If you're able to beat the DNs on the end. That's the key to a quarterback. If you're a quarterback that's got ability to escape the pocket, if you can't beat that defense in around that corner, you're going to be in a world of trouble. And as you've seen, he spent out several times and was met with a defensive end's presence. He couldn't get away from him. That's Johnny Manziel. I watched it in a preseason game. He's short. He's not able to survey over the team like that, over the line like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even give DeAndre Swift. You signed DeAndre Swift to that contract, and you give him the ball 10 times for 30 yards. Like, again, but everybody wanted to blame my main man, Justin Fields. I don't think Justin Fields played well with the Steelers either. So don't get me, have me saying talking stupid, but he at least, played well enough to get them to the point where they got field goals. You know what I'm saying? So this is their first game together. Like, so we gonna see. I'm gonna cut the kids some slack, but DJ Moore had 5 catches, 36 yards, 8 targets. Keenan Allen had 4 catches, 29 yards, 11 targets. Like, his longest catch was 9 yards. They got Eberflus, man. TJ Edwards has 15 tackles. He was everywhere, dog. Brisker, Jaquan Brisker is one of my favorite players in the NFL, period. You dig? Tremaine Edmonds did his thing, you know what I'm saying? So that defense is solid, bro. I believe in that defense. They had return touchdown, interception for a touchdown. So to me, Cairo Santos, their kicker, 3 for 3. So they got the pedigree and the recipe to win football games. But I'm not sold on this kid, man. When I watch him, I don't see spectacular. Even when Patrick Mahomes wasn't Patrick Mahomes yet, you still seen like, okay, he has the ability to at least make quick throw, process things real quickly. I think Caleb has to do a better job of identifying who's the go-to guy on this play. And if the go-to guy is not open, throw it away. That's very simple football. You want to hold on to the ball, and you're not that fast. You're college fast. You're not NFL fast. So to me personally, um, he'll do a better job probably week 2 if they decide to give DeAndre Swift the ball and just run the fucking ball, bro. It's very simple. Run the ball. Next game up, man, on the docket is we have the Patriots and the Bungles, which I already said going into this year. I felt like that the Bungles were going to struggle. You know, most people, cut them slack almost every year and say, oh, they start off slow. There's only a couple of seasons where they started off slow and they had success. So let's make sure we put that in perspective too. They start off slow, and then they've had seasons where they didn't do as well. Then they start off slow, and they had maybe one season when they went to the Super Bowl where they did really, really well. So Brisket, Jacoby Brissett, 15 to 24, 121 yards, man. Pedestrian. Joe Burrow, 21 29 for 164, pedestrian. These are regular numbers here. We got Stevenson for 25 carries, which I knew they would do. They would come out and run the football, establish the run. 25 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. That's key to success, dog. The fact that they didn't sign Jamar Chase before the season started with is atrocious. And Jamar Chase came out and still played. Bro, that's just bad business. That's what the Bengals do. That's why I call them the Bungles. They just do bad business. They have not signed back. And they haven't signed P. Ryan. They didn't sign base back. They just have a propensity to get these players and get these teams. And the owner just does the same thing over and over again. He doesn't want to pay guys. How do you think you're going to pay Joe Burrow? You don't want to pay T. Higgins. You don't want to pay Jamar Chase. How do you think that Joe Burrow's going to – they don't know football. It's like they're just going to hook up the people they want to hook up, and then that's it. A quarterback is only as good as the people around him or the system around him. Or you can have really good guys who can play football, but if those guys are not guys that love the game or technical, they may not be the most talented, but they're smart. They know where to go with the ball. They know how to catch the football. They know how to get down. They know position in holes in the zones. So, yeah, you can probably get by with a couple of average guys, but you can't beat a really good team with average guys. That's why I said about the Cowboys, we have to get another receiver. Like CeeDee Lamb is a really good number 2 receiver, I think personally. Everybody's calling him a number 1. He didn't play like a number 1 on Sunday. He didn't. Nobody realized that. They're gonna say, "Oh, it was camp and it was all." I think he's gonna bounce back in week 2 because you're playing against a team. Let me not preview that. I'm gonna tuck that to our preview. So basically, we have a situation where I look at them. You got to get your number 1 receiver, man. You got to take care of Jamar Chase. It's just that simple. I don't get it. It's like Zach Moss came out and did pretty well, bounced back. He had 9 carries, 44 yards, but you're not going far with Zach Moss, bro. It's just starting running back, fam. Like again, you just let Mixon go in the offseason for nothing. Like he's not even making that much money, bro. You could have easily just picked that brother up, man. You could have easily gave Mixon a new deal, but you chose not to. So hey, it is what it is. But the Bengals will struggle this year, like I said before. It's not an aberration, and I think the Patriots will win their division. You heard it here first on one of my podcasts. You did? I'm telling you, they're gonna get it. Here we go here. Now the next game we got here is the Texans and the Colts. Let's see here. Texans and the Colts. All right, so we have CJ Stroud, 24 yards. 24 completions, 32 attempts, 234 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Pick back where he left off. We just spoke about Joe Mixon, 30 carries for 53 yards and a touchdown. You don't think that they could have used that for the Bengals? It's just goofy stuff, man. These teams just do goofy stuff and then expect the people that we break this stuff down not to bring it up. Like you're doing dumb stuff to hurt your franchise, and then you want people to ignore it and just say, "Oh yeah, we got Joe Burrow though." Joe Burrow's only one person, bro. Tank Dell came back. Good to see him back on the field. 3 catches, 40 yards. Nico Collins, six catches, 117 yards, 8 targets. So that's a key thing. 8 targets now. So. Nothing, it was really one of those matchups. I felt like that. It was a more of a division foe. Like I said before, shout out to Lethal, bleed blue. You did. Richardson, yeah, 9 for 19, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Was pretty good. Over 200 yards. I think he had a pretty good game. He just got to learn how to just, I expect him to have a lot of those 2 touchdown interception games, or 3 touchdowns interception games. They got to get the ball to Jonathan Taylor, though. That's the bottom line. 16 carries is atrocious. 3 yards a carry, that's not gonna get it done, dog. He had a touchdown, but that's not gonna get it done. Like again, look at their receiving core, bro. You got Pittman who had 8 targets on 4 catches, 30 some yards. Pierce had 3 catches for 125 yards and a touchdown. That was probably he caught that bomb. Like Dooley and like, bro, come on, man. Like Ali Cox, shout out to VCU and Granderson. These guys didn't even get a catch, man. Like Mitchell had 1 catch for 2 yards. Like you need more production out of your wide receiving core. So there should be in the market for a receiver. I mean, I would try my best to get somebody, it's going to hit the market or try to trade with somebody. There's plenty of guys, that you can try to sift through who really can contribute. Because Doolin, I don't think he's a good player either. These guys are practice squad guys, in my opinion. So yep. But moving forward here, we're gonna go forward to. Did I break this down? I think I might have broke this down already. Yeah, I broke down the Jaguars and Dolphins already. Broke down the Panthers and Saints. Yeah, Vikings and here we go. Vikings and Giants. Again, Danny Pennies. Danny Pennies threw for 42 times in this game. Dog, this is insane. 22. They really think they can just turn these quarterbacks into good players, dog. Danny Pennies, 22 or 42, 186 yards, and 2 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times. They only gave the ball to Singletary 10 times, dog. You don't sign guys and just give the ball 10 times. It's ridiculous, yo. 10 times for 37 yards. It's ridiculous, man. I know Malik Neighbors is looking around like, bro, why did I even get drafted to this team? You know what I'm saying? Robinson was out here getting 12 targets, bro, 6 catches for 44 yards. But the longest catch I think he had was 7 yards, man. Like, bro, you got to get the ball down the field, man. They're not explosive. I don't think they're a good football team. I think they're atrocious. Again, we're gonna see them. They're in our division. We're gonna stomp on their head top, like we should do. Sam Darnold came out 1924, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked once. Aaron Jones got the ball 14 times, 94 yards in the tub. So I mean, this Justin Jefferson did what he does first game back. Addison was out there playing pretty well. I mean, those 2 guys, they're gonna produce. You get them the football. Most even with the sorriest, I guess, was a quarterback. You can get those guys the football, and they're gonna make plays. Byron Murphy played really, really well for them. Signing from going from the Buffalo Bills to them. So, man, Harrison Smith, they're tackling machines, dog. So, Stephon Gilmore played well 4 tackles. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Minnesota's one of those teams that haven't figured out yet, if they're gonna really be contenders or they're gonna just be, people that just show up each week and play. That's a big win for them, though. To kind of put themselves in a good spot. The next team we got here is the Raiders and the Chargers. Raiders and the Chargers. We got Gardner Minshew, 25 or 33, 257 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He was sacked 4 times. I expected a lot more from Zamir White. How about didn't draft him, but he expected a lot more from him. It was like, come on, dog. He had 13 carries for 44 yards, 3.4 yards a carry. Madison, he did his thing too. So, we're going to be sitting in a situation where, give me 2 seconds. Give me 2 seconds.